I'm worth more than £50 million. I live in Monaco. I'm probably irritating you already. I'm not trying to. What I'm trying to do is get your attention, and I'm guessing that I probably have. I left home at the age of 17 with £170. Everything else from that point on is on me. The vast majority of people that I meet and know and I'm friends with here in Monaco that have done really well started off with nothing. So if you want to become wealthy, now let's just pause for a second and let's define what wealth is. Wealth isn't when you swap your time for money. It's not when you get a job on £1 million a year and you work really hard. That's not wealth. Whether you're working for minimum wage or whether you're working for £500,000 or £1 million a year, fundamentally you're still trading your time for money. And in my world, the salary that they give you, whatever that is one simple thing. It's a bribe to forget your dreams. My mission, Touchstone Education's mission, is to help people remember their dreams, stage one, and then stage two, work really hard so that they move towards their dreams, and then stage three is to then live their dreams. Christmas for me used to be spending time with the children. I've got 6, really lucky, 3 boys, 3 girls, fantastic. I've even got 2 grandchildren. We would watch the Christmas classics together, like, you know, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or play board games together. All of these really bonding family things. And then every January I'd make some resolutions about how I was going to rebalance my work and my life. And every year I would fail until I stopped working for other people. My oldest daughter, Becky, she's now 37. She's got a 10-year-old child, my granddaughter, Darcy. I honestly feel like I missed the first 15 years of Becky's life because I was working so hard. I can remember the day she was born in Essex. She's an Essex girl. And I can remember holding her. And then all of a sudden, she's leaving school. And I don't remember a massive amount in between because I was just working too hard for other people. I wasn't living my life. I was creating massive amounts of money for other people. And that all stopped 20 years ago now, in 2003. Best thing that ever happened to me, I got made redundant. And that really made me think for the first time in my life, how do I want to live my life? And that's when I decided to become wealthy. So what is wealth? Wealth is when you have assets that give you money. Now, I'd started that journey 20 years before because I became a property investor, well, actually a bit more than 20 years before. I started my property investment journey in 1982. I bought my first flat in London in 1982. I worked really hard to get the £9,000 in cash to buy it. I then did it up and sold it. And that simple act on the side while I was working 12-hour shifts, at that time I was working for Ford's at Dagenham making engines, of investing £9,000 and doing a few hours and putting a few kitchen doors on and painting a few things, I sold that flat less than 2 years later for £33,000, tax-free because I'd been living in it. And I then did it again 3 more times. So property investment for me at that point was an extra thing that was taking even more of my time. So the trick for me to becoming wealthy is learning how to acquire assets without it taking all of your time. So now I don't do any physical work. I don't do any painting. I could. I'm an engineer. I could. I used to rewire houses and all sorts of things. But my time is more valuable than that to me, to my family. I've been through things that, from a health, surgical point of view, I've been told 3 times in my life, you're not going to survive this. I've been told 3 times in my life to say goodbye to everyone that I loved. I don't want you to go through that same experience. Now, obviously, I didn't die, but the surgeons thought I was going to. And it doesn't matter why. But I don't want you to decide to become wealthy when you've had some monster shock, like you've had a heart attack or a stroke or cancer or something. I want you to decide now, as a result of watching this video, I'm going to become wealthy and I'm going to learn how to do it. The people that inspire me here in Monaco, it's the main reason I moved to Monaco, are people like Firoz Kassam. If you're an Oxford United fan, you might know the Kassam Stadium. His parents had moved to Africa, he was born in Africa. And at the age of 17, his parents couldn't afford to keep him anymore, so they got all the money together they could, and they bought him an air ticket to Heathrow. Why? Because in their heads, that was the centre of the empire. That was where all the money was. You know, the streets were paved with gold. So he arrives in February from Africa, and he's got a t-shirt, shorts and sandals on. And nobody had even told him it was going to be cold. He walked into the nearest hotel because he was freezing. Managed to get himself a job as a housekeeper, you know, changing beds and, you know, all that sort of stuff they do but his love was serving other people. So he is now the wealthiest independent hotel operator in the UK, and he lives here in Monaco. He's worth a fortune. Don't let anyone tell you that you need a load of money to start. What you need is a passion, a desire, a mission, and you need to link whatever it is that you want, your dreams, to wealth creation and protection. Now that might sound a bit technical, but wealth creation and protection for me was through property. 2003, I got made redundant, good, because it broke that relationship for me between a job where in my last year of paid employment, my P60D, my statement of benefits and salary and everything, said £440,000. So I was earning from paid employment £440,000 20 years ago. And I make a lot more than that now. The salary was literally the bribe that they were giving me to forget my dreams and to miss my children's early years. So when I got made redundant, I made this promise to myself. The reason I want to become wealthy is not because of the money itself, it's because of the choices that money gives me. I've now got the choice to spend as much time as I want with my children, with my grandchildren. So this Christmas, we're going to be here in Monaco with just 6 of the family. And then between Christmas and New Year, we're going out to Cancun with 14 of the family. Now, I'm in a position where I can take 14 of the family with me, and I want them to have a lovely time with me. I don't care about the money. I only care about the time. But I can't do that unless I've got the money. Now, I realize it's the time of year when people do have that downtime, as I already said, just to think about these things. And I would like you to think about what I've just said. I would like to wish each and every single one of you a fantastic Christmas. And I want it to be the last Christmas where you've got any form of financial stress. Imagine Christmas 24 and 25 and 26 and the rest of your life, you've got more money than you need. And I'm not talking about necessarily the amount of money that allows you to come and live in Monaco. If your figure that you need to live your dream life is £5,000 a month or £10,000 a month, I'm talking about that. So during this downtime, please think about how much do I need on a monthly basis to completely and utterly change my life? And how am I going to get it? Because for most people, the simplest, most straightforward and fastest way to get it is through property. If you focus for the next 12, 18 months on becoming wealthy through property, the rest of your life will look like a completely different place. And I want to leave you with this last thought as we go into 2024 together. What do you really want to do with the rest of your life? Because I bet for most of you, it's not what you're currently doing. Do not burn, destroy the years of your life because you think you have to. I'm here to tell you you've got a choice. Have a happy Christmas, a wonderful New Year, and as they say in Scotland, many more.